Hello, this is Adam from Wheel Guns for Wheelmen. Unfortunately, today we will not be discussing any wheel guns. There are no revolvers being discussed today, but we will be discussing apocalypse guns, or as some people call them, shit hit the fan rifles, or bug out guns. And for those of you who don't know what bugging out is, it's when you have to leave your residence and retreat into the forest or go onto the highway and try to make it to a sanctuary or safe haven. The most common foreseeable scenarios, in my opinion, are natural disaster. If anyone remembers Hurricane Katrina, it's a bunch of looting, loss of power, anarchy, loss of government services in New Orleans. You might have to bug out. You might have to pack a bag and just hoof it out on foot. And you might encounter some resistance, either human or animal. You might also need to hunt, and so it's good to have a long gun. Now, other than natural disasters, you might be faced with a civil war or a ground invasion by China or someone. I don't really think those are very likely scenarios, but they could happen. Also, very popular scenario people like to think about and hypothesize about is the zombie apocalypse. And though that's not very realistic, it could happen in a sense. There are chemical agents such as BZ, that's the NATO code for a benzo something or other, that is a mind-altering chemical agent that causes mass hysteria and group hallucinations. And so you could have a bunch of rabid people running around, kind of as if they were zombies, and you might need to take them out. So, not as far-fetched as people think. Now, there are really three types of guns that you should consider for your bug-out gun. Your apocalypse gun can be a .22 rifle, which is what mine is, and we'll be discussing today my apocalypse gun. Also the AR-15, since we live in America, and .223 and AR-15 parts are readily available. It's also what the military would be using. Or a shotgun with a 24-inch barrel, short enough you can use it for self-defense sort of scenarios, but also long enough you can hunt birds with it and animals. Shotguns are very versatile. I'd choose a pump so I could use basically any shell, less than lethal, like a beanbag, all the way up through slugs. So let's jump into what my apocalypse gun is. My apocalypse gun is a glorified Bergara 1022. It's a fancy knockoff by Bergara. It is a 1022 at heart, and all the parts are interchangeable. But it comes with a Bergara barrel, carbon fiber, super lightweight. Comes with a Picatinny rail, some QD mounts, and that's why I chose this over a normal standard 1022. However, the takedown Ruger 1022 model would also be a very good one. You just throw that in your backpack and bug out. But I like this gun. It's under 5 pounds. I believe even with the accessories, it's probably right around 5 pounds. And has QD attachment points and sling swivel points on the rear and front of the stock. It's threaded, so you can attach a suppressor, a thread protector for those of you who don't use suppressors. I added a pick rail down here, but it came with the pick rail up here. And those are two of the features, the pick rail and the threaded barrel, and the stock is a third feature. Before I chose this gun. Also, I wanted the 22 over the AR-15 and the shotgun for really 3 reasons. First, you can find 22 in any household, most sporting goods stores. Even the apocalypse, if you have to ransack an abandoned house on your way to wherever you're going, you might find 22 more likely than other calibers. 2, with a suppressor especially, 22 is very quiet. And when you're bugging out, no matter the scenario, you really don't want to be engaging in loud firefights and drawing attention to yourself. You should be, it's a stealth mission basically, and you want to avoid making noise. And if you have to shoot someone or something, you want to do so very, very quietly. So a suppressed 22 is one of the quietest guns you're going to get. And finally, 22 is very lightweight, the ammunition itself, so you can easily throw a 1,000-round brick into the side compartment of your bug out bag and carry it around. I do not want to carry around 1,000 rounds of 223 ammunition. And, you know, for my gun, I have a red dot sight. It's good out to about 50 yards on small game, so squirrels, bunny rabbits, quail, or some sort of bird. Take the head off of it, eat that for supper. You're going to want a flashlight, especially if you're bugging out in the apocalypse or a natural disaster or something. Power might be out at nighttime. And so I have a flashlight down here. This is a cheap Chinese one I got on Amazon. Normally I have my nice Enforce light on there, but I have it on another gun for testing right now. But stream lights and Arasakas would be good choices, in my opinion, for your bug out gun. This Bushnell Trs-25 red dot. It's cheap, pretty durable. I've had it on multiple 9mm carbines and an AR-15 chamber for 7.62 by 39, and it's worked just fine. Maintains 0. But you can just throw whatever red dot you want on there. I wouldn't go with a scope because, as I said, the red dot out to 50 yards can get you food, and a scope could get you food further than that. But what the red dot does is it allows you to transition between targets at about 5 to 25 yards a lot more quickly. And so in a situation where you're taking out other human beings, it'd be much nicer to have a red dot than a scope, especially on a 22 rifle like this. The trigger on the Bergara is also extremely nice. I can pump 10 rounds into 2 targets in a matter of seconds. And so, you know, you're going to need to add a sling if you're going to be bugging out, because you'll be carrying other bags and such and have your hands full. So get a sling, get a red dot, get a flashlight, and get a suppressor if you don't have one. It's worth the wait. And that's it. Thank you.